we have migrated from one source to the other, and now we have also migrated our BI system. Now this could be a migration of BI tools. This could be you just picking up Power BI from yours, which is connected to your SQL server, and connecting it to directly to your Azure system. It could be that, or it could also be that you have different environments for Power BI itself. One is a on-prem deployment, another is a cloud deployment. So you have this different set of use cases that you want. But at the end of the day, the reports is what everything is gearing towards. The rightmost system is either analytics or it's reports. And you'd like to ensure that the reports that you're defining are valid. So this is where the suite actually kind of ends towards the right-hand side, which is where we perform BI validation. An easy use case here is that you can define, this is a Power BI node. And in this case, you can define the two connections. For this use case, it's the same. And of course, I can define a lot more things on terms of the type of filters if I want to compare, if I want to define if the notification should be excluded or not. And in this case, I'm going to go in, and this is directly going to connect to your Power BI system. It's not going to take an image. It's actually going to connect directly to your Power BI. In fact, you can actually see all the workspaces that I can associate with a particular user and define specific filters. Do that for my report A and report B. Here, the use case is that report A and report B are the same reports, except they're in different environments. So I'd like to do a validation check, and that's why we're calling it upgrade test plan. And so I've pulled in the reports from both sides. And here, I've already run this before. So here it shows me that the corresponding test case has failed. And with a greater look, I see, okay, this is definitely incorrect with regards to name. And even the figures are actually slightly incorrect. We see there is a bit of difference between the values that we see for Europe as well as the Asia Pacific percentages. If I want to go dig deeper, and if I'm working with, say, other visual elements, I can actually point out and highlight exactly where we see the differences. So here we see that the sum of sales, this particular text was center aligned versus left aligned. And a lot of the aspects can also be found out within the application. Of course, this rabbit hole goes much deeper for our system, because we can actually pull these specific data sets and connect them to pull these specific reports, the data set that you see this dashboard, and connect it to a data set as well and validate that corresponding system. But we'll be sticking to the migration validation toolset that we have.
For further questions, feel free to reach contact@datagaps.com. Request a free demo. Scan the QR code below. Thank you.